Hey there guys, what's going on? We are back here today with some of the best class setups in Modern Warfare that absolutely nobody uses. I know what you're thinking, surely somebody out there uses some of these classes. Nope, nobody on the planet has ever used any of these classes before, I checked. But if you have, you've got to drop a like on this video. We're looking to get 25 likes on this one for some of the best classes out there in Modern Warfare. We're featuring 3 of my favorite classes that don't get any respect, that always get overlooked by pretty much everyone because guns like the M4 and the MP5 actually exist, which is a bit of a shame for them because there are some super powerful off-meta weapons in the game at the moment. Anyway, we are dangerously close to the 2,000 subscriber mark now, sitting at about 1985. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you don't miss out on the giveaway we are having once we do hit 2,000 subs. More information will be found in my community Discord. Link will be on the screen and in the description. So let's jump straight into our first class setup here. Our perks and grenade choices are going to be pretty much the same across the board, so we're going to be only mentioning it once. We've got a very basic setup of EOD, Ghost, and Tracker, while C4 in the lethal slot and the Stim Shot in the tactical slot. Very simple options there. Alright, the first weapon that I think gets basically no respect in this game is the Uzi. This has previously been one of the worst weapons in the game, there is no doubt about that, but a little while back it did receive some new attachments which sees it become a mid-range powerhouse. This slow-firing SMG features a 2-shot kill. Not many weapons in the game that they can say that they have a 2-shot kill. 2 headshots and you're guaranteed to get the kill at those medium ranges. We are looking at the Glacial Polish variant here, which is unlocked at rank 42-ish in this season's Battle Pass, and it looks so clean. I'd highly recommend using this variant or the All That Glitters variant for the changed and, in my opinion, better iron sights. As for our attachments here, we are looking to increase our damage range, increasing our 2 to 3 shot kill range significantly with the Monolithic Suppressor for that sound suppression and, of course, damage range. And look how clean this thing looks on this particular weapon with this variant. It looks absolutely amazing. We're also taking the FSS Carbine Pro barrel for that damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. Again, one of those barrels that looks absolutely great with this particular camo, just like that polished white with that gold trim looks insanely cool. This does make it a little bit easier for us to hit those shots and basically increases our power level significantly. We are also very importantly taking the .41 AE 32 round mags, again for that damage and that range increase. This is one of those options that does get our 2-shot kill, which makes the Uzi very, very powerful. Just a huge boost all around. Moving to our last 2 attachment slots here, we're going for mobility and handling in spades. We're taking the no stock for that movement speed and aim down sight speed. This is basically one of the best attachments in the game at the moment. Just basically gets those sights up nice and quickly, allows us to move around the map very, very handily. And of course, in the rear grip slot, we're taking the stipple grip tape, get those sights up nice and quickly. Again, a very, very powerful option in this game, of course. I really rate the Uzi quite highly, and it does consistently make my top 10 best guns in Modern Warfare lists, but it never gets any respect from anyone. I never see anybody running the Uzi. Like, it just always gets pushed aside, and it's so sad because you got to try this class out, and I promise you that you will not be disappointed. I did actually want to include an honourable mention on our list, and here we are looking at one of the best sidearm options at the moment. The Akimbo M19 isn't underused necessarily, like it is a fantastic option that I recommend quite often in my class setups, but you very rarely see people running around with this as their primary, which I feel is way more effective than it has any right to be. Basically, you just sprint around everywhere and spam Akimbo pistols until the end of time. I imagine Akimbo pistols makes the game quite difficult to balance for Infinity Ward, like they have to specifically target attachments under certain conditions, and that's just a bit weird. Like, I mean, it's very possible for them to do that, but it's a little bit strange at the same time. Anyway, as for the ideal class setup, we are looking at the Monolithic Suppressor with this for the increase to our sound suppression and damage range. I've noticed that this does increase our hip fire accuracy slightly, but I feel like the extra range is definitely worth it here. We're also taking the XRKL Super Barrel for the damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. Just again, one of those barrel options that is super powerful. Get that extended damage range, makes it a little bit easier for her to hit those shots. If you are running this as a secondary, we definitely want the 5mm laser for the hip fire accuracy and sprint to fire speed. And if you're choosing this to run this as your main weapon, we want the 1mm laser for the hip fire accuracy. We also want that lightweight trigger just to get that maximum fire rate, and the Akimbo perk does bring this all together, basically making this an absolute powerhouse at close range. Pretty simple secondary class here, and it is one of the most powerful in the game at the moment. Moving back to our underused primaries here, we've got the MK2 Carbine. This is legitimately one of the best weapons in the game. It's just that it's really hard to use. This becomes especially apparent on console, as I've heard the outcries from my comment section, but if you do hit the shots with this thing, you're definitely going to get the kill. It's as simple as that. This and the Kar 98K are the quickscoper's dream. This is definitely one of the weapons I have the most fun with in Modern Warfare, even if I don't hit my shots very often. You'll probably see in the gameplay in the background me just constantly missing shots and still having a great time. This weapon definitely requires some practice and it's pretty hard to use, but again, you hit that shot and this is one of the best weapons in the game. In terms of our attachment setup, we're looking for aim down sight speed. We want to get those sights up super quickly, so we are taking the tack laser here for that aim down sight speed, and the aiming stability and aim walking steadiness do make it a little bit easier to hit those shots, reduce that idle sway. We're also taking the sniper scope here. You can of course take another option here, but I like the sniper scope just to make it a quick scoping option. Very, very fun here. We're also taking the FSS MK2 Sport Comb just for that aim down sight speed again, get those sights up nice and quickly. The stipple grip tape for the exact same reason again. Come around the corner, get those sights up, fire off a shot. It's very nice here. And this camo looks so clean. I love this variant. It looks awesome. It's the brush stroke variant if you were wondering. And of course, in the last slot here, we do have the focus perk. If you're using the sniper scope, the focus perk is very, very powerful because when you get shot, it doesn't mean you flinch to the moon. But if you do choose to drop the sniper scope for a different optic, I'd then use sleight of hand instead of focus. As I said, this is the class I have the most fun with in Modern Warfare. When you do hit those shots, there is absolutely nothing better in this game, but it is tough to use and sometimes it will make you feel like you should just be using an automatic weapon. But if you persist and practice with this, you'll be having an absolute blast because this is super, super powerful. And lastly, we've got something a little bit unintelligent. In Season 4, Infinity Ward added the Fennec, and it has been pretty popular since its release, but I always see people running around aiming down sight like absolute clowns. The Fennec has a fire rate of about 1100, meaning it is an absolute bullet hose. So what do you think would happen if we made this thing a hipfire machine? Well, it is actually outrageous. Imagine never having to aim down sight. Aim down sight speed literally means 0 if we don't aim. So in the less than average laboratories, we've cooked up this absolute monstrosity. In the barrel slot, we do have the ZLR 18-inch deadfall barrel for that damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control, along with some sound suppression. This is a super strong barrel option, allowing us to increase our not super impressive damage range. We're also taking the no stock option here for that movement speed and aim down sight speed. But as I said, aim down sight speed not super relevant when we don't really care about aiming down sight with this particular class. We are taking the 40 round drum mags just for that magazine ammo capacity increase. You can go through the default magazine in about 1.4 seconds, which is absolutely insane. So we definitely need more bullets. And lastly, we are taking the combination of the 5 milliwatt laser for the hip fire accuracy and sprint to fire speed, and the Merc foregrip for the recoil control and hip fire accuracy again. There is absolutely no aiming down sight required with this beastly combination. Like you can see it in the background. You literally just sprint around and hip fire everyone. I hear you asking, what if somebody isn't close enough to hip fire? Shit, man, just get closer, move those boots, get closer to them, and you can just spray down everyone. If you can look on the screen right now, basically you see how small that crosshair is. That hip fire accuracy is so good. You can pretty much just spray people from across the map. It is hilarious. This is an absolute blast to play with, and we might see a separate class breakdown of this particular creation because the Fennec does deserve another look, especially after we've looked at the CR56 AMAX at least 50 times already. Now, I know Talsic Backlot is probably not the best map to sort of try this particular class on. There are very long lines of sight, but we can do some work in specific situations. You can see we absolutely hose down that man there. We do use a lot of bullets in this particular class, but I mean, that's why we run the ammo box. We don't have to worry about it too much, but we do have to defend this particular point at the moment, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get surrounded very, very soon. So we're taking up these positions and just sort of pre-firing and spraying people down with infinitely fast bullets. It's hilarious how strong this is. Like, just sends so many bullets down range. It's absolutely wild. You get those pre-fires on basically no one. Very, very powerful. Do see another enemy coming at us very, very soon. Just up here. No, he's pulling upstairs. Try and get the frag on him. Didn't manage to get the kill there. Curse those bars. Like, I mean, if those bars weren't there, we get the job done there pretty easily. You know how it goes most of the time. We see an enemy there. Absolutely clowned on him with that ADS. Like, why are you aiming down sight, bro? Just hit fire the man. Poor guy. Reload is a little bit slow on this particular weapon. And then we do see our enemy run across our screen here. I just know he's going to come through this window and we can get a spray down very, very easily on him here. This gun is dumb. Anyway, guys, this has been 3 of the best class setups in Modern Warfare that basically nobody uses. These classes are all excellent fun, and you'll definitely find some fantastic uses for each of them. They all perform a little bit differently, and you can adjust these attachments depending on what you do prefer. If you did enjoy this one and it did help you out at all, make sure you do leave a like on this one. We're still looking for 25 likes on this bad boy for some of the best classes in Modern Warfare that you've probably never used before. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you don't miss any more of these videos. And let's help us get to 2,000 subscribers so we can kick off this fantastic giveaway. Link for the community Discord is on the screen right now and will be in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!